lane matchup. Bin, though, of course, does get his choice of the counter. Jax is his iconic pick. It is the matchup that I definitely think can outscale Breakpoint and actually accelerates the next Breakpoint so much, right? You know, once you get 25, all of a sudden you're AoE stacking off all their minions, but he can be in trouble.
Taunt onto Cream, has to flash away. BH1 looking for the chase. Red buff slow, not enough. Flash for flash exchange coming there, across, and Cream could
He's level 6.
Flap his way in as well. As you say, Elk not yet level 6, doesn't have that Feather Storm. Kanavi's going to cut the wave. Cream wants to call in a bit of assistance, has Mom on the end of a telephone. Meanwhile, Knight moving across with that hero's entrance. Drake secured for base 1. Now Top Esports know they have a man advantage, a numbers advantage. Here's the hero's entrance. Supreme Desires talent flashed away by Elk, and Hung is hung out to dry underneath the tower. Good double taunt as well. They'll look for Kanavi next. He's down. Knight makes them kneel, but the turnaround from Cream is huge. On jumps in the Gleaming Quill. Elk will fall. Cream takes a tower shot. The Wings of War not enough to blow him over. Top Esports initiate the dive, lose a 2-for-1 and lose a Drake.
That's no Knight, that man is bad. It's everything that's happening on the other side of the map that really makes it hurt. And I just kind of am shocked that TES fully committed to it.
Top Esports now with 5 players up towards this Grubs. Top Esports got one. Bin jumps in with the counter-strike, does get the stun onto Hong, on down to half HP, flash away from Bin, death grip onto base 1. They're going to be able to get a kill at the feet of Strength Warfare. In fact, goes over to BLG, they look for the Grub as well. In the end, a 2-for-1 exchange in the Grubs. Top Esports have lost a man, and Jackie Love has to Valk across the wall. Will be a 1-for-0 exchange in favor of BLG.
And look at Knight. Earliest cooldowns-wise, they did lose out, but HP-wise, they definitely won, and that is going to put them on a 2-0 Dragon lead here, which is starting to feel a little bit like Game 1, you know, when you're starting to think back. It's been a lot about these Dragon stacking games, you know, control, forcing your opponents to take these fights that they're not necessarily ready for, and they're going to see if second try works better here against Bin.
Yeah, no teleports to support Bin here. On does have the quickness, and he's on his way across. Kanavi caught out. There's the counter-strike. Solar Flare. On coming in, gets the quickness down, but Bin's already dead. Hung has to flash away. Meanwhile, underneath the tower, 369 is chasing on out, obliterates him. Jackie with the flash auto's enough. It's 2-for-0 for TS.
Nicely done there by TES. This time they make it work, and not only do they kill Bin, they're going to deny a lot of CS. They're going to knock down this tower very likely as well. Try to play for this first turret. They kill off on. Elk can't even get there. So a lot of resources committed to this side. You can see Cream playing very defensive down on the bot side. No one for the engage. So if you're just fishing with that Leona ult, and you can just be able to have cleanse on your Xayah plus that Gales.
The quickness follow-up. Supreme Desires hand coming out, but the counter-strike from Bin is enough to get one. They'll look for Hung as the second. Knight teleports in. Hung falls 2. Quick kills for BLG. The Rift held there.
Continuing to try to scale up. 163 stacks right now. Bin going to be looking for him, though.
Triforce. Cream does have the flash and has that flap. Counter-strike out. Cream's going to get stunned. Grandmaster's might coming. Where you going, Cream? Back to your teammate. Mom there for a bit of a heal, but Bin slapping him as he gets the solo kill. 369 here to join Elk, trying to bolster the defenses of Bin as they get another counter-strike down on dashing around. Bin knows he's going to die. He's in the Death Realm, and 369 will hit him across the face with a mace to even it out 1-for-1.
Still great play from Bin. The red buff, I believe, finishing off Cream there. And you get the flash off the Smolder, which is critical.
And you get the Rift Hold in mid lane because all of Top Esports were dragged down towards that bottom side to try and react. That will even out a bit of this gold deficit that BLG found themselves in. Is down to 1K from about 2K a minute ago.
Yep, really good moves here. Now you're just going to use the Escape Herald to try to drive it down towards bot, but it will be finished off there by Kanavi. But you can see Elk already pushed.
Exit with the battle dance.
I mean, they got all 5 down here, so TES needs to get something because Bin is going to be the inevitable problem. There's no TP, so no one can answer Bin.
Oh, On gets the flank onto Cream here. Elk looking for the damage. Death Grip not going to connect. Solar Flare down, lands the stun onto On, but Rakan not really the target that you want. He still has the quickness. Meanwhile, Top Esports continue to push in for the tier 1 on the bot side. Redemption being used. Supreme Desires hand does catch onto Elk, but he cleanses and Featherstorms away. The charm from On under the tower means absolute destruction for BLG. They find 2. They land a taunt on 369 as well. The tower still stands, but 369 tanks it up. In the end, a 3-for-2 exchange, but Bin continues to push in a side lane.
Yeah, Bin wasn't even there. It was a 5v3 for a while, and then the Wukong arrives. It's still a 4v5. Meanwhile, Bin is just getting so much gold up on that top side. TES kind of painted themselves into a corner. They all moved down towards bot to try to prevent Elk from taking that tower, and then they realized, all right, we've got 5 members here. We've got no TPs. We need to force, but there's no objective, so it had to be a dive. And it's BLG, again, first towards this dragon. 369 is in the area. We'll see if they can contest. You really don't want to give up Soul Point here.
Yeah, you got to try and fight it, but Bin comes in with the counter-strike. Now 369 isolated. Kanavi's going to try and jump across this wall, puts down the control wall for a little bit of vision, but On goes in with the grand entrance, looking for that knock-up, hits the Gleaming Quill. Kanavi jumps in, Kanavi gets it, steals it, pays for it with his life, but he delays the soul, and that is what Top Esports needed from him.
It has the Seekers ready, so that big playmaking tool. Now all of a sudden, Beishuan or Bin throw themselves in the backline. Galio comes over the top, can do so much upfront damage, then go into the Seekers and really create this zone of control, buy the space for Elk to do his work.
Cyclone used by Beishuan there just to make sure that he walks away from 369 safely.
Really rot them down. You force them to look for engages, and TS are trying to do just that. I wonder if they had vision of this Wukong recall, because no one's here.
Teleport. He's going to TP up towards the top side, as is Knight. The other come down to 10,000 HP, but Top Esports going to back away from it for now. Pull it up towards this top side. Cream standing on that front line. His hit 224, needs one more. Gets it with 225. Now has that burn. The Archon down to 3,000. On looking for the quickness. Doesn't land it on anyone. Has to dive onto 369. The Hero's Entrance coming out as Kanavi secures the Archon. 369 standing in the middle of them all. Elk with a Feather Storm trying to pull back with the Blade Caller. Beishuan almost down. 369 falls first, but Cream is flapping his way onto the backline. Has to flash away. Bin dives forward with a flash of his own into the pit. But Top Esports are coming out on top. In the end, though, Bin finds Cream. Now it's all on Jackie. The bot lane's the only ones alive. Top Esports will claim.
Real reason to try to contest this, but Bin is still sitting in a dangerous position, and maybe they're going to try to look for something afterwards. Bin positioning to try to maybe catch Cream as he does walk down.
I like it because you also have Beishuan coming in from the top side here. There's the TP. They go into Cream. Cyclone down. Bin can't get in range for the counter-strike. Cream's going to flap his way across the wall. Supreme display of talent doesn't find anyone. Mom's going to heal him up. Now his outfits. It's Cream up towards the top side. 369 on Beishuan in the death realm. Will get him. Elf's going to get one. 1-for-1 exchange so far as Bin dives onto the backline. Hung trying to retreat from Knight, but 369's there to help him out. Knight's going to flash into the pit. Kanavi caught out by Bin and on no range for them, but the counter-strike just short. Kanavi, can he escape? Knight has that flank. His team has given up the ghost on him. He tries to dive onto Elk, but for it, he just dies. 2-for-1. You don't just have the Wukong engage into a hero's entrance, which is what you want, and you have to give credit for Top Esports for not allowing that.
They're surrounding him.
Looking for it now. On's going to get caught up towards the top side, dashes away, has that Gleaming Quill, TP in, as well as Bin goes in for the counter strike. He lands it onto Kanavi. Supreme Decided Talent's going to get him stunned. The Cyclone for Beishuan. Jackie Lert's already killed off On, and Top Esports just immediately turn it around. Beishuan trying to swing around with a Cyclone, but it's a Tempest for BLG. Now 2-for-2. Elk on the back foot. Knight gets caught in the Justice Punch. Elk flashes, finds the root, finds the Feather Storm. Jackie answers. Jackie flashes in. Jackie Love for Top Esports. Pulls it from beyond the grave.
Jackie down, but he's pushed back, and Jackie and Cream, they are free firing, and from here it looks like it is absolutely cooked for BLG until Elk finds an incredible fight, knocking down multiple members, and then here
Jackie Love and Kanavi have it. I'm not sure if 369, yes he did, came up in time to take it too. Now with the Red Bull Baron, have all of these tools, but Top Esports' ability to split, ability to scatter when that engage comes out, has been sublime so far.
And I have to give so much credit to Kanavi, 369, and Hong, who are making that job so hard. They're saying, yeah, you want to engage? I am walking into you. I am hitting you as you are trying to get close to my carries. You cannot just walk up for free and flash on them. You will take damage. You will get punished. And if you try to go for that engage and you fail, even just by a pixel, Cream and Jackie will make you pay for it. They are just destroying them at this point, as the third item is through for both of them. Now that rapid fire I talked about is there. The game is 10 times easier to play, it feels like, as Smolder. Once you have that third item, you get the rapid fire.
The ability just to dodge and dip around the fight. And now
looking at the strength of schedule for them. They played 100 Thieves, Fnatic, G2, and then BKS.
Yeah.
People would think that is easily 3 wins and you're out.
H1 goes in, Hung the target here as Entrance coming out. Hung is already going to flash away. Cream trying to put the damage down. On tries to get in with the engage. Solar Flare cleansed away by Elk, but look at how low BLG already are. Elk He's going to be able to retreat for now. Top Esports continue to push in. 369 looks for the flash death grip, doesn't get it through the decoy. Top Esports on the advance.
Yeah, 369 short change to E there, misposition on his cursor, so it didn't actually fully extend, but it doesn't matter. They take the tier 2. They're going to crack the inhibitor towers here. You can see assist pings are deep. They're going to try to look for a TP play here. Bin's trying to find an angle.
Notice Hung doesn't have the TP, the flash. Counter-strike out, Bin gets exhausted immediately. Knight looks for that flank. Bin with a stopwatch, ongoing in, grand entrance. Meanwhile on the top side, 369 the target for Elk. Hung's already down, Bin looking for a re-engage, dives in onto Jackie Love, that's 2! Bin's doing it, Knight flashes away, but Kanavi dives in. On with a battle dance, the counter-strike from Bin will get 1! 369 down, it's a triple for Bin! He's looking for more! Make it 4 for BLG! Somehow they hold on!
BLG hold the line against the
Against a comp with this many threats, but look at BLG threatening a potential flank. If TS move up here, they might just go.
The strike, they dive in immediately. Hero's Entrance coming out as well. Kanavi able to flash away with the supreme display of talent. 369 on that front line, catches out Base 1. He's putting the Cyclone. Jackie Love trying to Gatling gun through Base 1, and he'll find him. Bin jumps back in on there with the quickness. He gets 2 with the grand entrance. Hung trying to escape. The dive in from Bin again as he chases them down. Counter-strike out, only finds the Leona stunned up, and he's going to dive further forward. McHale's, Sonya's, can Bin jump out? He dives back in somehow. The counter-strike enough to keep him alive through the orders, and Gatling gun. Knight's going to retreat. Top Esports now on the front foot, a man down though.
What a close.
Never be able to escape. For Top Esports, you can see what the comp is meant to do. Catch out the engage with that Death Realm, then just allow the Corki and the Smolder to spit out damage to engulf their opponents, but BLG have been so good at stepping back, and once again, Beishuan is looking for that flank position. The Cloud Drake begun by Top Esports. Beishuan looks for the Cyclone. It's a category 5, and he's knocked into the wall. The Drake secured Soul, but Top Esports, they begin to retreat. Mom comes down, Cream finds 1. Beishuan going out, and Elk has been slain. It's hunting season for Cream. He finds 2. Jackie adds another. Top Esports find the fight, and they'll march down the bot lane.
Beishuan looked for the engage, but Kanavi instantly denies it, stuns him into the wall, and seals their fate. Top have done it.
Top won't go through the bottom lane. They'll go through the LPL champions. They'll go through to the quarterfinals. Top by name, top by nature. In the battle of the LPL, TES rises victorious and makes it to quarters.